everyone, welcome to the very last video in this series from Rooms of Wonder. This will be my last video from the book. I suspect I would have already published my flip through. So yeah, it's a little bit sad, but also exciting at the same time. So we have our three little bottles here. I'm thinking maybe perfume again, but I'm not entirely sure. Especially this one could be nail varnish maybe, though they normally have longer lids, don't they? So let's have a think. What should we do with these? I'm thinking maybe we could do this one in a sort of silver. So that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to do a slightly different way of doing silver than I did yesterday with the tub of brushes. So this is the Cold Grey 5, hard to see, and I'm going to make a start and show you. I'm going to colour in a diagonal motion. I'm going to just do a tiny bit in the corner, then I'm going to get gradually darker and then gradually lighter, and then leave a gap, and then start light again, get a bit darker. See, we need this to be parallel, and then another sort of darkish stripe. This time I'm going to fade a bit. Then here, let's go a bit lighter up there, just to fit in that gap a bit. And then another dark stripe here, and a little bit there. So there, it could look slightly silvery shiny, maybe. The bottom would do as well. We'll follow that pattern actually. I'm going to put a little bit in there because it's too much of a gap, in my opinion. There we go. Okay, so that's that. Oh, we've got the neck here too, haven't we? Let's just put a few bits there. It's quite simple. Whether you think it's effective or not, that's open for debate, isn't it? Now the label and the lid would add in some nice colour. Now colours that go with silver, I always think violets go very well, dark blues, maybe bluey greens perhaps, but not entirely sure. I think I'm definitely just going to go for the purple. I think let's go for this actually. This is the blue violet, so we've got a mixture of violet and blue here. The label, I'm going to do quite a dark outline. I think, you know, if you were designing a label, that edge would be dark and then light inside. Although I'm doing that diagonal like I did for the shine, I'm going to keep it, try and keep it consistent colour like that. But for the lid, we're going to mix up the layers a little bit, so I'm just sharpening. So for the top and bottom, I'm going to just fade towards the middle. Like that. And then I'm thinking maybe these bottom bits might go dark to light, so there might be shadow, like these bits are sticking out a bit, and then just do these bits really lightly. Just give the lid a little bit of shape. There we go. Quite simple, I think, but done. Now, where should we go next? We do a lot of pink bottles, don't we? Blue. We do all sorts of colours actually. What should we do with this one? We've got a bit of vine on, so let's use that as an indication it needs to be green. We often use the bluey greens, the phthalo, that sort of thing. I think they look better for glass, but we're going to change it up because we've used those so much. And I'm going to grab the juniper green to start with and use that and see where we go. So we're going to do a darker bit here. I'm sort of thinking this might be like a see-through glass lid, so it might just have a bit of a lighter area in the middle where the light's coming through. And maybe actually the bottom would be the same. We'll just put the shine in the middle. I'm going to leave the neck. I'm thinking maybe that might be a little bit different. but we'll do this bit. Oh, you don't have to go out the lines. Now this is tricky. What I'm going to do is do a layer like this, so I'm doing slightly darker on the edges than the middle, and then I'm going to just colour these in a little bit more, making them lighter towards the tips of them, like that. And then this last bit, I'm going to make it light on the edge. Gosh, I'm hot. I've just drunk a cup of coffee. Whew. It's a hot day today. I just went into the sitting room to have my coffee, shut the curtains, the sun is blasting in. And my sons are sitting there in their jumpers going, "What do you mean it's hot, Mum?" For goodness sake, children. How do you not notice it's hot? I know it's my age, but still. Phew. Okay, and we use a different colour for those other little bits. Now I often find the earth green goes really well with juniper green, and it's quite a grey green, but I think we'll just try it. So yeah, this is the earth green. It's so hard to see in this light. I find them hard to see sometimes anyway. Sometimes I'm turning them and twisting them. In here I can see them quite well, just because of the way I've got things set up, but when I'm in next door colouring, I sometimes struggle, really struggle. We need something red or pink here, don't we, to add a brightness. What should we do? Should we go for a very, yeah, let's go for this sort of proper reds, as I would say, like the middle cadmium red first. It's quite a deep red, and I'm thinking these corner pieces, and I'm going to make them quite dark here, a bit lighter as we go in. My neighbour over the back still having building work done. She's having so much work done on her house, although we are going to have some done too. So, oh gosh, I've just realised we're having our Juliet balconies removed for to be sprayed and, you know, deep scarlet red coated, because they're all paint's all flaking off. It's going to be so hot we won't be able to open the doors at all. So I'm going to fade that colour in. I think it's supposed to rain quite a lot next week anyway, after a really hot day on Sunday, I think. Johanna's drawn dots on here, but I'm not really sure what we're supposed to be doing with those. I'm going to make the central bit, try and make it look shiny, use the same direction as we used there, like that. And then we've got this lid. I'm going to use the dark red for that. I'm going to not put too much down at the moment. I'm just going to put a light layer. I'm still going to fade it towards the middle, but I'm thinking about this sort of pattern on it, that I might want to just put a bit of shadow under there, like that. Yeah, right, let's go in with some white and get this finished. So we've got our Jelly Roll 10, and I'm thinking we need some on here. I'm not so sure about that one, but I want some on here. Heard a plane go by. It's so summery hearing planes. It sounds odd, but you don't hear them so much when the windows aren't open and there's cloud cover. Okay, I am done now with that one. That's our last one. I need to zoom out, don't I, and show you the whole page. Let's coming. It's a really slow zoom setting. I can make it faster, but I actually think it's quite good being slow, or else you'd just be seasick. You now trying to line the book up a bit with the grid lines that I've got on my camera. Maybe that it's quite odd. Oh, that piece of paper isn't straight. I don't know if that's straight or not. It really isn't at the bottom, but it is at the top. I know. It's because I need to, if I hold that page up a bit, it might help it straighten a bit. I don't know. I find it really weird the way the page sort of turns itself. Means that let's take that bit of paper out. That might help me, because there's a curve here. It makes it quite difficult to get it straight. But whoops, and I apparently can't hold it still either. But there we go. There is our final page. So that's lovely. I've got one page left to colour, which I'm going to go away and do now, and then there'll be a flip through, which you would have already seen, or if you haven't, go and have a look. I'll probably link to it at the end of this video. Maybe I won't remember. Who knows? And if you want to see what this one looks like, you'll be able to find it, won't you? Because you might be curious. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm really pleased that some of you have coloured along as well. Thank you so much, and we'll have some things from some other books very shortly. But for now, have a super day. Happy colouring.